Healthy coffee substitutes. If you know me, you know I love coffee. I drink it every day, both for energy and for my health. But I also understand that coffee isn't for everyone. In fact, even some of the most die-hard caffeine addicts I know hate coffee. So, what should you do if you're not a coffee person, but you need a morning pick-me-up or a 3 p.m. jolt? Well, in just a minute, I'm going to share some of my favorite coffee substitutes and a hack for people who just don't love the bitterness of coffee. But first, I've got a quick question for you. Are there any health issues you'd like to learn more about? Maybe a fad diet taking the internet by storm, or that one trendy workout all your friends are doing. Or perhaps you've got questions about the latest longevity research. Whatever you're curious about, I'm here to help. So go ahead and leave a comment below and ask me anything you'd like. Then subscribe to this channel so you get updated when I answer your question. And if you were one of the people asking about coffee alternatives, today's your lucky day. First, I want to know why you're looking for a coffee alternative. If you simply don't like the taste, or if it's got too much caffeine, I'll get to those concerns in a minute. But if you read an article saying that coffee is unhealthy, I want to put that myth to rest once and for all and tell you, coffee is healthy for you. Unless your doctor tells you otherwise, it's fine to drink coffee. In fact, regular coffee drinkers are shown to burn fat faster, enjoy improved energy and focus, and even have an easier time with their blood sugar. Plus, there's also some links between long-term cognitive health and coffee drinking. So, if you happen to love coffee and your doctor says it's okay, go ahead, drink up. Just don't add sugar or A1 milk to the mix. Those are what makes coffee unhealthy. Of course, if you're one of those people who only likes their coffee sweetened and milky, consider coconut milk, stevia, unsweetened cocoa powder, or even cinnamon as additives. You'll get the essence of sweetness without the dangers of sugar. In fact, if you blend coffee with ice, coconut milk, a couple of drops of stevia, and cocoa powder, it tastes just like a mocha milkshake. Yum! But what if you actually want to avoid coffee entirely? Well, one of my favorite warm, comforting drinks of all time is your basic hot cocoa. I've actually got a hot cocoa recipe right here on this channel. Really, all you need to do is melt bittersweet chocolate into simmering coconut milk, and you're taken care of. You'll still enjoy some fantastic polyphenol benefits, and it's a great sweet treat at the end of the day. And whether you like it hot or iced, tea is always an option. And better news, just about every unsweetened tea out there is plant paradox friendly. Now, I'm not talking about those fruit-flavored bottled teas. Of course, plain old tea is great, no matter how you brew it. That means black tea, white tea, green tea, and herbal teas are all on the menu, whether you drink them hot or cold. And the same goes for matcha, that polyphenol-dense powdered Japanese green tea. Just don't get it from China. Now remember, much like your coffee, you should not be drinking your tea with sugar or milk, no matter how traditional it may be. Love a matcha latte? I'll bet you'd love it more with coconut or almond milk. Now, you might be thinking, but Dr. Gundry, what about all those popular coffee substitutes? You know, the ones that look like coffee and may even taste like coffee, but aren't made with coffee beans. Well, before I go, I'll break a few of the most common ones down for you, starting with chicory coffee. Now, you can find chicory root in coffee, or you can find it on its own in a dark, bitter, coffee-free drink. It's pretty common in the American South, but these days you can find it anywhere. It tastes pretty similar to coffee, but it's naturally caffeine-free. And you know what? It's great for you. Not only is it delicious, but it's a fantastic source of inulin. And inulin is a kind of fiber that is your gut bug's favorite thing to eat. So when you drink a warm, comforting cup of chicory, you're feeding those gut bugs too. Now, another common coffee swap is called ticino. Think tea cappuccino. These are tea bags made primarily from carob, that not as delicious chocolate substitute. And these drinks are also pretty high in sugar because they're made with dates and other sweet ingredients. So in my opinion, they're best to avoid. Now, if you shop in health stores, you've maybe seen containers of mushroom coffee. And in case you were wondering, yes, there's actually a drink made from mushrooms. And an important note, a lot of mushroom coffee contains both mushrooms and coffee. So if your doctor has told you to skip coffee, read your labels carefully. But for most people, because mushroom coffee features nutrient-rich mushrooms and no added sugar, it's a great swap out for coffee, just not a caffeine-free one. Another great coffee substitute is actually tea, rooibos tea. This strong dark tea comes from South Africa. It's low in tannins, but high in other health-boosting polyphenols. Now, because it's low in tannins, that means it doesn't get bitter, even when you steep it a long time, which means you can brew this tea as dark as coffee without sacrificing flavor. Now, before I go, I need to share a pretty important warning. You see, there's one coffee substitute that you should avoid at all costs, and it's a pretty well-established one. It's called Postum, and it's been around since 1895. But that doesn't mean it's good for you. Not only does it taste not so great, at least in my opinion, but it's made with 3 remarkably unhealthy ingredients: wheat, wheat bran, and molasses. That's right, this coffee swap is basically brewed lectin. So steer clear, no matter what. But other than Postum and ticino, go ahead and enjoy these common coffee swaps as much as you want. Just don't add milk and sugar.